Hi, I'm Margaret, and welcome to Garden School. Well, as I've been doing some work outdoors, I'm seeing some things on tree branches, tree trunks, on pavement, on rocks, the sidewalk, fences, all sorts of things. I'm seeing lichens. Now, there are many forms of lichens, but today I wanted to talk a little bit about what are lichens and what forms they come in and how important they are in our environment. Let's go take a look. Well, lichens are a composite organism made up of a fungi and an algae. The algae provides food for the organism because it can do photosynthesis, and the fungi is the structure that the organism exists in. So it's kind of an interesting deal. It's generally classified in the fungi kingdom, not the plantae kingdom, but there are over 3,600 species of lichen in North America. Wow. Now, they're often called a keystone species, and that means they're key to the health of a particular ecosystem. They have the ability to absorb nutrients and water just right from the atmosphere, and they're also, because of that, they can absorb heavy metals or sulfur or excess nitrogen, and so the thriving or the diminishing of a particular species of lichen will indicate a certain amount of air pollution or excess heavy metals or something like that. Now, scientists call these things biomonitors, and they're actually used. They watch the acceleration of a species or the diminishing of a species, and that will help them understand what's going on a little bit more in their environment. Now, unlike plants, lichens have no vascular system, so no xylem, no phloem to move water and nutrients around in the organism. Lichens also have no roots. They're composed of layers of fungi and algae. When dry, the fungal layers become more opaque and you just see the color of the fungal layer. So it could be whitish or gray. But then when wet, those cells become transparent, and then you see the color of the algae. Now this is really cool because in the summertime, this whole thing was just grayish white. Now, in the winter, when we have a little more rain, a lot more rain, we see the vibrant color on this one. Now, some lichen are dark brown, dark green, or even black, and that coloring would be caused by the presence of a cyanobacteria. That's the blue-green algae, and that causes that color to be so dark. There are 3 types of lichens. The foliose type, which is like a leaf, so it has 2 sides. So this would be an example of a foliose lichen. This is an example of a fruticose type of lichen. So it has hairy strands, but they can also have be shrubby-like or have like layers of kind of dense layers, or even cup-like. So that would be considered a fruticose type. Here is an example of a crustose lichen. These can often be brightly colored. Now, someone may be concerned about the appearance of a lot of lichen on their plants in their garden, But the lichen are not taking any nutrition from the plant. Remember, they absorb everything they get from the atmosphere, and then the algae present provides some chlorophyll for some food. So that is not harming the plant. The only thing I can think of is if it was extremely heavy, it might, and depending on the type of lichen, it might cause a lot of moisture to be retained, and then if there's an injury on the branch or something, you might introduce some bacteria or something for some problems there. But actually, having the lichens on your shrubs, that provides some nesting material for birds, especially like hummingbirds. You've seen the pictures of hummingbird nests, or maybe even encountered a little nest, and it's all made of this wonderful little white and light green lichen. Really cool. So consider that as a benefit to have lichens in your garden. Well, we learned a little bit about lichen, and I'm liking it. I hope you are too. But I also have some other questions about how to identify lichens and what do the specific species mean. So I'm headed to the library pretty soon to check out some books on lichen and do a little bit more research. How fun. Well, there's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.